welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday and it is currently 11:30 a.m. and I'm just sipping on my matcha latte. As you can see, I am at work. Today has been a very busy day so far and I just have not had the time to film this week. This week's vlog is going to be a weekend vlog because it was originally planned to be a week. However, as you will hear in a minute, this past few months has been the biggest hustle and grind of my life. I've been working 5 different jobs and just trying to make as much money as I can to keep the dance career going and fund dancing and to move back to Sydney, and it's been a real big challenge. The amount of hours and really early 4 a.m. wake ups and getting home at 11 p.m. it's been really hard. So this week I just decided, I started vlogging on Monday. It was way too much for me because I did an 11-hour shift, and so we're vlogging today instead. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Ash and I am a dancer and a fitness content creator, but this week I wanted to give you a really real insight to my life. There's a lot of things happening at the moment that are super exciting, and at the same time it's been very busy. On the agenda today, I currently have 4 or 5 clients today, and I'm teaching a stretch and mobility class at 1 p.m, which is really exciting, and I feel it's just what I need today to just calm my nervous system down and just slow down, calm my body down, stretch everything out. I feel it's going to be very beneficial. I just had my first client of the morning, who is also a dancer, but a Bollywood dancer, which is really fun. And then I have 3 other clients this afternoon. Tomorrow is a big day as well. I have Miss New Zealand pageant. I'm not competing, but one of my clients is, so we're going to support her. And I just thought it'd be really fun to bring you along to not really a training block week, but just a fun events in life week, and a realistic look at what my life is at the moment, because I feel we see so many professional dancers online dancing all the time and thriving. We don't see the in-between phases where we're working 100 different jobs to try make enough money to keep the dancing going and things like that. So that is me this week. And it's gonna be really fun, so I'm gonna take you along for the ride. My training block at the moment is focus on hypertrophy, so building muscle, and I am doing rep ranges of 8 on everything, and I'm lifting very light loads because unfortunately my neck injury is just not getting better. So training has been very frustrating at the moment, but I'm still making progress, so I'm just trying to be positive about that. And I've decided to take the week off next week because another thing I want to talk about is I have been feeling so burnt out. I've been working 5 different jobs, pulling crazy hours, and not sleeping, not eating properly, not drinking enough water. I just have completely neglected myself. So next week is all about resting, recovering, and figuring out for me how recovery and self-care works into my career and my brand, because I feel I am so notorious for always just grinding, and then I hit a wall and I plummet hard because I just burn myself to the ground. And I just think that I've been trying to just soldier through, but we're taking a different approach now where we're trying to really prioritize recovery. And I know I've kind of been saying that for a few months in the past few vlogs, but it's gotten to a point that I haven't been prioritizing recovery. I haven't been eating enough, I haven't been sleeping enough. Some days 4-6 hours sleep, where I need 10 hours of sleep. So that is what next week's focus is on. This week's focus is on getting through to the end of today and having some fun events, so it should be really good. Right now I'm just sitting here by the window and I'm gonna do some quick PT and life admin. I have a trip to Sydney coming up in September where I'm going over to ADF to dance for New Zealand actually for once. Normally at ADF, Australian Dance Festival, for those of you who aren't in Australia or New Zealand or don't know what ADF is. And it's like this massive dance convention where all of the dancers go and we do all of these workshops, but they also have shows at the end of the nights. So New Zealand this year is bringing over a team with Marco Panzic, and I have been selected to go, which is very exciting. I get to go back to Australia to see all my friends, but that does mean that I'm currently tailoring my program, or about to tailor my program once I get the okay from my physio, to focus on getting me up to that high performance standard after a little bit of an injury break once more. So some fun training blocks coming this way, but at the moment my priority is just on fixing my injury and getting it back to normal, because it's been very, very sore this week. Drinking more water recently, and one of the things that always helps me drink heaps of water, and I aim for like 3 liters a day, is having a giant water bottle and always having it full, because if my water bottle's not full, I'm not drinking water. Check. So my class today is a stretch and mobility class, which is like my specialty as someone who is naturally unflexible and has had to like study for years to try and like understand the science behind gaining flexibility and gaining mobility. And I personally like to include lots of props in my class because I feel like it makes stretching super fun. So I tell my clients to grab like pretty much one of everything. We use yoga blocks, we use a bolster, which is like a giant pillow, and then we use TheraBands and foam rollers. A big part of my class is actually foam rolling, because I have found that foam rolling and pressure point release has really helped me improve my mobility over the years. So if you're someone who is struggling with your mobility, try get a tennis ball or a foam roller, and rolling out where you're feeling that you're tight, like really, really helps. Good morning, guys. Axel, are you flapping? Come on. Happy Saturday. Today is a very fun and busy day. Today we're going over to the Miss New Zealand pageant to support one of my clients, which is very exciting. But this morning we're grabbing coffee at my new favorite cafe, which is called Honey Sundays in Ponsonby. They have really good matcha and it's just like surfy themed, and I just love it so much. Axel is here. Look at him. And he's been in trouble. Guys, it's time for our matcha and coffee swap, because if you are new here, I hate coffee and he hates matcha, so we swap. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers. I'm doing clean. Cheers. There we go.
No.
This one just tastes like warm coconut milk.
It's quite warm. I do not like this coffee at all. It tastes
Axel,
like
where are you going?
dirt. He got himself all tangled. Hey Fluffy! Are you a vlog legend? I'm now getting ready for the Miss New Zealand pageant tonight. I have an hour to get ready, less than an hour actually. I'm running a little bit behind schedule because I had some like extra admin things that I needed to do, but it's done and I'm just gonna blow dry my hair, get my hair and makeup done, and then I'll show you the dress. I've just done my skincare. I've been using the Clinique 100 Hour Moisture Surge, there we go, recently, and this has really made my skin look really hydrated. It's like a massive switch that I recently made, but it's really helped me look more glowy and dewy in my day-to-day life, and it keeps you moisturized and hydrated for 100 hours after you put it on. So this has been like my go-to staple for the last like 3 months, and that's all I do for my face. For any event or like dance performance or anything like that, I like to be nice and like shiny and glossy and hydrated, especially in the winter. So for my body, I've been using the Lush Keep It Fluffy Body Moisturizer. This is my new favorite. It smells divine. It's rose scented. I paired that with the Rose Jam shower gel, and together it makes me just smell like a rosy, delicious heaven. And then I have this perfume by Who is Elijah that I only save for special events, because I think it's like $70 for the small like little sample perfume. Not a sample, but the smallest version of the perfume. So I save it for special events. And this is also rose scented, but it has a little bit of a musk to it as well. So this is like a perfect pair with like the rest of it. It just makes me smell like vanilla, rosy deliciousness. Because I'm running late, I'm gonna go speed through, do my hair and makeup now. I just gotta blow dry my hair. This is my hair dryer. I've had it since I was like 12, and I use these clips by Ginger and Wolf, which is the brand that did my hair extensions a few months ago, and I just use it to keep all the different layers out of my hair while I'm doing each layer, and then it's really helpful to keep hair out of the way if you're like curling or straightening your hair as well. So basically I just go in with the brush and I go like this to dry my whole head. So I'm gonna do that now. So this is the dress. It's from Before Midnight Rentals, and then I paired it with Atolea's jewelry. I got this necklace here and then a second one on top. And then these earrings, I don't know where they're from, and my ring, which my grandma got me for my 21st birthday. And then also the Ios layered bracelet from Atolea as well, because I really love wearing gold jewelry, and this is just like a simple piece that styles with everything. I also had the option to go with my shell necklace as well, which is really cute because it's got a little pearl, but I just feel like it didn't match the dress and the vibe that I was going for. So I layered these two on top, and even though it's kind of hidden by the scarf, I thought that it looked really nice together. Happy Sunday, everybody! It is currently midday. I decided to take, I decided to take a really slow morning today because I felt like I just needed it. Last night was so incredibly fun. We went out for dinner and then we went to the event. It was super fun. As you see, I had some cocktails. I had This is Axel, by the way, in the back. I know, buddy. He wants to get out so we can go for a walk. But as I was saying, I had like 2 cocktails and then like a glass of wine, and I really never really drink at all. I try to avoid drinking where possible. But if it's an event and I feel comfortable, I feel safe, and I feel like I want to drink, then I'll drink, because I really love cocktails. Most of the time I'll have like a mocktail or something like that, and we did get mocktails for like our first round of drinks, and they were amazing. We went to this place called Darling on Drake, I think it is, or Darling, and it was amazing. I'll definitely be going back there for dinner sometime because the food was really good. We just got a charcuterie board, and then the drinks were amazing, and they had really good non-alcoholic options, which is like really hard to find. I feel like so many places have really good cocktails but no mocktail options, but this place had heaps of really good mocktail options, so it was amazing. And then we went to the event. Can I just say that first of all, I am so proud of my client Elle, who we went to support. She absolutely killed it out there. She was professional, she performed really well, so she absolutely ate it up. But can I just say that the Miss New Zealand pageant was the worst run event and show, I guess you could call it, I have ever seen in my entire life. It was the worst event slash show I've ever seen in my life. It was terribly run. The hosts did not know what was happening. They didn't hire like a professional MC or an actor to be an MC or anything like that. They just hired like 2 random people, and no one knew what was happening, which screwed the girls, the contestants, over a lot because they were confused. Everyone was probably stressed backstage, and it was just like an entire mess. And one of their sponsors got up on stage and literally said like, "We pay the poor to pick up plastic." I was like, there's so many the classy like ways you could say that. You could say like, we're providing more jobs in a developing country, like amazing, that's awesome. But it was the way it was like pronounced, it just really didn't sit right with me at all. The event was really poorly run, so I was in shock. It was a 3-hour long or 3.5 hour long ordeal. I was quite shocked by that. Anyway, today I am officially on holiday break because, as I told you previously, I'm taking the week off for this coming week because I have been burning myself to the ground over the past like few months. I've been working from like 6 a.m. to like 9 p.m. every single day, and it's been hectic, and I've been like waking up at 4 a.m. and then getting to bed at 11. It's just been crazy. So next week I'm having the week off, and that week is going to be focused on recovery and trying to figure out how recovery and self-care fits into my life and my career, because I personally find it very, very, very hard to implement self-care and like not find an excuse to have self-care, but I feel really guilty when I spend time for myself, just like slowing down. I feel guilty if I slow down. I feel guilty if I am like taking breaks, and it's really, really hard for me to step back. So next week is all about stepping back, and today we had a sleep in, and then I woke up at like 8, and then I just had like a chill morning around the house, making breakfast and things like that. And now Axel and I are going to get an iced matcha latte from my favorite cafe ever, which is Izzy. Look at Axel! He's sulking because I didn't get him a pup cup. Have a look at this beautiful, matchas. Since moving back to New Zealand, matchas have been like my little dopamine kick for days that I'm just like wanting an extra pick-me-up, not necessarily in terms of like caffeine, but a little energy, happiness pick-me-up. Matchas have been my go-to, and I got a strawberry iced matcha with coconut milk because I'm pretty sure I'm dairy intolerant, and dairy makes me break out and feel really sick. Fun fact, when I was in Bondi, whenever I'd go to Bondi when I was living in Sydney, I would always go to Harry's in Bondi and get those little cans of matcha. They were so cute, and that was kind of like my little dopamine kick over there when I was having a bad day. So not that I'm like having a bad day today, but it's like just a little self-care day. So I got myself a little matcha. My goal is to have a matcha station in my future apartment so that I can just like wake up every morning and make myself one, and I don't have to spend, this was $9 guys. $9 on a matcha every day. All right, I'm gonna let Axel have a quick run around on the beach, and then we're gonna go off to the dog park. He is not very well trained, so he runs away, and he's not very good at recall, so I can't let him off at the beach, but we're just gonna walk around for a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the fenced off dog park so he can be free, and let's just pray for me that he actually comes back and I don't have to like chase him in the grass in my white shoes. Good morning, it is now Monday. Yesterday I did not get to vlog the end of my Sunday because I fell asleep. I fell asleep on my bed. I was just like chilling, having a little scroll, watching some Netflix, and I just like conked out at like 4 p.m. and then woke up again at like 7, showered, had some dinner, and then went to bed because, like I said at the start of the vlog, I have been so burnt out. And I didn't want to create more stress to my life by like forcing myself to vlog every single moment, and it just happened that I fell asleep last night, so that's like a realistic update from me. I want to say 9, but I've had some breakfast now. I made scrambled eggs again, and then I'm going to spend today as like a little bit of a reset admin day is my plan so far. I'm feeling like really stressed and on edge about like not really anything but kind of also everything. Like I'm thinking about all the things, even though that it's my rest week this week, I'm just thinking about all the things that I need to do next week, and it's just really stressing me out. So I thought that today would be a little bit of a reset week, deep clean my room, deep clean my bathroom, deep clean my car, because I feel like when my space is clean, like I can just think clearly and I feel a lot more calm. So that's my plan for this morning, and then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I have a private lesson this afternoon with one of my dancers. Yes, it is my rest week, but their exam is coming up soon, and it was the only time that dancer could do, so I put it on the Monday so I can just be like, this is my last day of work, even though it's like an hour, and then from tomorrow I'll have a clean space, clear head, and then I can just really focus on rest and recovery. It's been like so challenging to try and slow down, and the day has only just started. I just picked up some sushi for lunch. I love sushi and I always have, except I have been off sushi for like 2 years because when I was in Sydney in 2023, and this was like just after I left my second year full time, so I had ordered some sushi from, Maroubra. I got sushi from Maroubra, and I was ill and vomiting for 5 days straight. Like out of both ends, I was constantly in the bathroom. I was so incredibly ill from food poisoning, and it was from the sushi that I got from Maroubra. And ever since then, I've been so put off sushi, but today I decided to try it again. The food poisoning was like the worst sickness I've ever had in my life. And like literally because I was so sick and I was like in a different country by myself, it made me also really homesick because I had no one to look after me. So I was just like ill and vomiting and like in bed by myself with no one to like look after me or bring me food or anything. And it was really, really hard. And I couldn't like make it outside the house because I was so sick. So hopefully I tried a new sushi place today, so I'm a little bit scared, but hopefully it's not going to happen today. And I got a C4 Energy to energize me for my workout today. I'm either going to go on a run or do legs. I haven't decided. Today is normally leg day, but this week is my rest, so I'm just trying to do movement that I enjoy.